What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to Babymetal. Yes, indeed, Babymetal Fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Rob Exic. Yeah, XSIQ. That's the last name there. Rob Exic. Sure, why not? And it was the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with 77% of the vote. Moving with the number 891 in the queue, straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this. It is Babymetal with a tune apparently called Answer for Animation with You. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, yeah, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Babymetal Fans Ecuador, okay? And the video has 69,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Babymetal, Black Knight Legend, Answer for Animation with You. Cool. The Black Knight, okay, I know there was a Black Knight and there was a Red Knight, and I think it has something to do with one show is just for guys and one show is just for ladies. I don't remember which one was which though. And I'm not even 100% sure if that's actually the reason. In the comments, if you guys could cue me in, I know there was a Red Knight, I know there was a Black Knight. What's the significance between the two, and what's the difference? Am I right in my recollection, or am I way off? If you guys let me know in the comments, I'd really appreciate that. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Good place to say to pause. Okay. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'm digging it. If this had been earlier in my baby metal journey, I don't know how I would have felt about it. I don't know. I might be more impressed. I might be more confused. I don't know. It's an interesting. It's definitely an interesting thing to think about. It's definitely an interesting quandary. But I'm here in the baby metal journey now. I love the energy. The energy's up there. I like the energy. I like the drive. I like the direction of the song. Vocally, not as mature from a developmental standpoint, from a vocal ability standpoint. I mean, it sounds fine, but you know, you compare the vocals here to later, you could hear the experience. You could hear the development of the vocals. A little more raw here. And to some degree, I like that. I like the rawness of it. I mean, obviously, it's a little more polished as we go on through the years, but I mean, there's something to be said about the rawness, and I do appreciate it. Love seeing the commie band. Love seeing them without those stupid masks. I love seeing the individuals for who they really are. Yeah, I do not understand the direction that they're taking with the commie band, putting them like, at this point, you might as well just put them underneath the stage. You might as well, or keep them, or have them playing off behind the curtains or on the sides and the wings. You might as well, because they're really being treated as an afterthought now. And that's really a shame to treat these talented musicians like that, especially with the following they have. And I've seen in the comments, people making the comments that, you know, they still like baby metal, but they don't love baby metal as much as they did when the commie band were treated with the respect of being actually a part of the act. And folks, I'm going to throw my hat in with that group. I agree with them. I absolutely agree with them 100%. When you see these shows where the commie band are out there, you don't even have to give them the spotlights that they were. I know in these concerts they were given, you know, solo spots where they were able to show off their ability. Take those away. Okay, fine, sure, take them away. Okay, we've seen them, we've had them in the past, but keep the band out there and keep them as individuals, as part of this bigger entity. Don't put them in there and give them robes and give them masks to take away their identity. That's rude. It's disrespectful. I know the ladies need to be the focus. I get it. And they always will be the focus. They are out there front and center. You know, and everybody, there's not one person that's going to say that the commie band overshadows the ladies. That's never going to happen. Because the way the ladies are positioned, they're always going to be the stars of the show. I just personally feel the way the commie band's being treated now, with the masks and the robes, I feel it's disrespectful. I know they're paid musicians. I get it. And they are paid to play this music. I get it. I understand that. They don't need to be out there. That I disagree with, because they have become this entity unto themselves within this bigger sphere. So, I don't know, man. I feel like they deserve better. I really do. I know they're collecting their paycheck, and I know they're happy. I know they could probably care less, but at least from me, from a musician standpoint, I feel like, look, if you're going to have a live band playing, why are you putting them in masks and putting them in the background like an afterthought? That's just how I feel. Anyway, and I know people are going to make the comparison to Ghost. What about Ghost? What about the ghouls, the nameless ghouls? They're all wearing masks. You're right. They're all wearing masks. But where are the guitar players? Where's the bass player? They're up at the front of the stage so that, you know, whatever Cardinal we're on or whatever Papa we're on can interact with them. It doesn't matter when in the stage of the evolution of Ghost there has been. They've always been up at the front. There have been the ones in the back, like the drummer and the keyboard players. Yeah, sure. But the guitar players and the bass players have always been up at the front, being a part of the show, it being a part of the stage presence, being part of the stage energy, being part of the overall product, and a prominent part of that product at best. The comedy band now, there's no comparison. They're stuck in the back and they barely move, if at all. And that's criminal, man. It's absolutely criminal. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a rant there. Let's get back into this, shall we? I like that pattern. I like that. Oh yeah, let's break it down. Love the breakdown. Love the breakdown. I'm not going to say it was needed. I don't think the breakdown was needed. And I don't think taking the breakdown out of the song would make or break the song. I don't think that's the case. But the breakdown definitely added to the overall value of the song, bringing a little bit more of that heaviness in there. I think that's absolutely appropriate. I gotta say, I think it's the chorus that we're hearing where and this all comes down to the drummer because he's the only one that's changing up anything. The bass and the guitar are playing the exact same pattern through the entire chorus. But on the first the first two measures of the the first measure of the chorus, he's doing a double time feel with the snare on the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4. Dot and 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 dot. And then on the next part, it's snare on the 2 and the 4 only. So actually it'd be two measures. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dot and 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. He's constantly changing it up every two measures. Now, in the past, I've been very critical of bands doing that because it becomes so that you're changing so quickly and so rapidly. You're not giving the people a chance to get into the groove. Here's the difference, and this is a great example of the exact opposite. It is changing every two measures. You're right, it does change. However, it repeats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. It's repeatable. It repeats. By doing that, by taking that pattern of switching every two measures and repeating it, you still fall into the groove by default due to the repetition. There's the difference. When you're doing straight time, half time, switching to 3/4, switching back to 4/4 at straight time for two measures, then let's go into two measures of 7/8. Let's go into two measures of 6/8. Follow that up with two measures of 7/4 into halftime 4/4, followed by another two measures of double time 4/4. Let's switch. You know what? Let's throw a real monkey wrench into the mix. How about 31/8 for four measures, followed by, you see what I mean? there's no repetition. It's just change, it going in all these different directions, and you never have a chance to get into the groove. This, 2 measures, 2 measures, 2 measures, 2 measures, 2 measures, 2 measures, repeated. You're going to fall into the groove by default. It's just going to happen.
I like it!
This breakdown, I like it. As a matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. I love it. I love the fact that they added it in there to help bring everything down in a very heavy feel, a very heavy style, which is in stark contrast to the chorus. So I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Yeah, look personal, nice. I'm sorry, I love the stage. I love the layout. I love the layout. As a matter of fact, I love the layout so much, I want to go back and hear it again. Nope, I don't care. Hey, it's my show. If I want to go back and I want to hear that layout again, we're going to go back and we're going to hear it again. That was so tastefully done, so strategically done, and so well executed. I got to hear it again. And with Sue coming in with that note out of the that was nice. Oh, that double kick. Listen to Bo on the face up there on the neck. Wait. Listen to what Bo's doing. I can't tell if he's tapping or if he's just fingering. I can't tell, but he is way up on the neck doing some arpeggios. Oh, he's fingering that. Now he's tapping. Wow, Bo going off at the end there. Doing the fingering up, and then from the fingering, smoothly transitioning into tapping. Wow, you punk. Wow, nice job. Nice job overall. I dug this. As we went further into the song, I liked it more and more. This song grew on me. Not gonna lie, like the first 30 seconds, I was like, okay, it's nice. And after a minute, I was like, okay, I'm kind of digging this. By the time we were a minute and a half in, I was enjoying it. I was really enjoying it. And it just got better and better all the way through the song. This was a grower for sure. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Babymetal with a tune called Answer for Animation with You. I don't get it, but that's what the title says. This was a request from Rob Xick. Yeah, X-S-I-Q. Xick, I guess that's how you pronounce it. And it was also the winner of the Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 77% of the vote. Moving up for number 891 in the queue, straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay, there's a lot to talk about, but I already talked about it during the course of the reaction, so I really don't see the need to go over it a whole lot. I'm gonna discuss it. I'm gonna bring it up. just hit a couple of bullet points on it, but I'm not going to go in depth into it because I already did that during the reaction. So if you missed it, that's on you. That's your fault. Go back and watch it again. But I am going to touch on some bullet points, and I don't know if this is going to be a quick review or not. It might be. We might be done in 5 minutes. Then again, we may be done in 20. I don't know. We're just going to kind of go along with the flow and see where the winds take us. Let's start off with the score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that an 8.8. Yeah, 8.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.8. What does that mean? Well, an 8.8 would translate to a great skill rating. So I think this was a great song and performance. I'm going to give that 4 out of 5 stars and an A letter grade. So yes, indeed, an 8.8, great skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars and an A letter grade. Now, how did I come up with this score? Haha, so glad you asked. We already talked at length about the composition of the song, the direction of the song, the structure of the song, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about it. I do like what they did with the songwriting. I do like the direction they took. The chorus, I talked about the drumming in the chorus, you know, between the double time for 2 measures, straight time to 2 measures, and how it just repeats. I talked at length about that. I liked it. I think it felt really good. And I know people are going to say, well, you've complained about bands in the past switching gears too fast. If you missed what I heard, go back and watch it. I'm not going to talk about it again. Okay, go back and watch the reaction again, and you'll see very clearly where I go into detail about why it worked here. But it definitely worked. It felt good. I loved the breakdown section. I really did. It got heavy. It got super heavy in that breakdown section. The layout. What a great layout. What a great position. Did not see that layout coming. They didn't lay out for too long. They only laid out for like 2 beats, but it was effective. And the way that they came back in was Sue hitting that note coming out of the layout, bringing everybody back in with that strong projected note. Great way to do it. Band backing her up, obviously. Towards the end, drummer with the double kick. That was nice. I liked that. The guitar players are doing a fine job. I feel like I'm not talking about them at all. They did a fine job. They really did, chunking away. I love their subdivision work that they came up with. That syncopated subdivision work. All 3 of the guitar players, the 2 guitarists and Bo, the bass player. It's a bass guitar, guys. I know it's a bass, but it is still a bass guitar. So as I said, the 3 guitar players, all in sync with each other with that syncopation. Really nice job. Very tight subdivision work. I love that chunkiness from both guitar players. They've always had a great tone. I've never heard a song from them during this era that I felt sounded muddy. It sounded just fine. Gotta give a special shout out to Bo on the end there, moving up the neck into that counter melodic line where he was fingering at first, moving up, fingering, and smoothly, seamlessly going from fingering to tapping. I was here. I was like, wow, that was smooth. That was slick. You could hear it. You could hear the difference in the attack. When he was fingering, far more percussive. When he went to the tapping, a little more smooth with the attack. A little softer attack, but still moving just as fast. That was cool. Very smooth transition. I know I'm talking a lot about the Kami Band. I can't help it. I love the Kami Band. And I love seeing the fact that the Kami Band were out there visually. You could see them. Were they moving around a whole lot? No, but they were in place rocking out. Bo especially, that wide stance he gets, you know, headbanging and rocking out, headbanging from the waist. I love it. I love seeing that. I love seeing this era of baby metal before the Kami Band got the masks slapped on them and everybody's going to wear the same robes and everybody's going to look the same and they're going to become unidentifiable. I mean, for all we know, that there could be anybody under those masks. They keep getting pushed farther and farther back, and they're becoming more and more of an afterthought. And I feel like that's disrespectful. I know people are going to disagree with me on that, but I know a lot of people are going to agree with me on that as well. I understand they're paid musicians. I get it. I understand the focus needs to be on the 3 girls. I get it. But to me, and this is just me talking, I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm just speaking for me here. It kind of makes me wonder if the managers and the handlers of Babymetal, the owners of Babymetal, the brand Babymetal, I wonder if they started to see the commie band becoming more popular than the girls, and I'm beginning to wonder if they saw that as a potential threat, and that's why they decided to put the masks and the robes on them. I know that sounds conspiracy theory-ish, I know it does, but we've seen that happen before with other acts like this, where the band, the backing band, started to become more popular and more impressive than where the focus is, the headliner is. And as a result, the band was delegated to the back, you know, and I've seen it. I hate to say it, I've been a part of it where that's happened, where the band became more interesting and people were focusing more on the band than they were on the main event. And as a result, we got pushed to the back. And I remember when that happened, and I said, I went to the manager, I said, listen, I see what you're doing. I understand why you're doing it. Tell me now if this is gonna be the direction. Because if this is gonna be the direction, find yourself another bass player. Because that is not what I signed up for. That is not what I was told we were gonna be doing. We were all gonna be equals in this. And if the headliner wants the spotlight, then he is gonna have to step up his game and beat me to take the spotlight away from me and put it on himself, because that's the only way it's going to happen. You know, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be a part of this project if you're going to push us to the back so you can give, you know, the spotlight to the person up at the front, the main event, who is not earning that spotlight. And after talking with the manager and talking with the main event, they realized they were making a big mistake and they decided to put us all back up at the front again. And oddly enough, we were fine after that. We were cool after that. So anyway, I feel like that's what's happened here. I know, like I said, conspiracy theory? Yeah, probably. I'm probably the only person that noticed this, but that's how it feels to me. And I wonder if that's the case. I wonder if that's the case. Not taking anything away from the girls. The girls are certainly able to hold on their own, but I'm sure the girls had absolutely zero say in this. So I'm not blaming the girls whatsoever. I'm not. This comes down completely to management. This comes down to management and brand owners and the people who actually make the machine run, probably looking at this and going, doesn't look good when our feature is having the spotlight taken away from them by the paid musicians. Let's do everything we can to separate the two. What a mistake that was. Anyway, I'm upset about that. I absolutely am upset about that because the commie band started to get this identity and they started to get a fan base on their own, and they're going to take it away from them? Stupid move. Let's put them in masks. Let's put them in the back. Tell them not to move. And next thing you know, seriously, they're going to be under the stage or off to the wings or playing in their own dressing room for all you know. I mean, God, heaven forbid. Maybe they'll eventually get rid of the commie band altogether, save money, and, you know, use track instead. What a crime that would be if it happens. Anyway, no, I dug the song. I definitely dug the direction of the song. It felt good. The energy and the drive were nice. I think the ladies did a fine job with their vocals. They all sounded live. I mean, including Yui and Moa, they both sounded live. And I couldn't help but notice they kept readjusting their mics when they had to do their solo spots. So that's a very good indicator as well. Sue's vocal sounded fantastic throughout the song. Now look, I think this was a great job overall. I really do. I'm still confused about the whole Black Knight, Red Knight thing. I'm sure you guys are gonna let me know in the comments the difference. Like I said, I vaguely remember in the comments people saying one of the nights was for guys only and the other night was for girls only. I understand that, I do, because it keeps the same guys from coming to both nights and gives other people a chance to see at least one show, you know, or same thing for the ladies. You know, you have ladies that'll, you know, get the tickets for both nights as well. It gives more people opportunity to see the show as in individual shows. I get it. I understand that. Do I necessarily agree with it? Not necessarily. I mean, I understand I understand the direction, sort of. And maybe I'm wrong about the direction. Maybe they're doing it for two completely different reasons. But, you know, in any case, I have mixed feelings about it, but I get it, sort of. I just don't know who was it the Black Knight, who was it the Red Knight? And I may be even completely wrong about that. I don't know. So let me know in the comments, you know, what happened there, why there was a Black Knight, why there was a Red Knight, who was at each one, if anything. I don't know, but I'm sure everybody in the comments will let me know. Anyway, an 8.8, I think it's a great score for what I believe was a great song. I love this era, and I love that stage. I'm sorry, I know I've seen other shows with them where they've had more intricate stages, like the coffin, I call it the coffin stage, where they had like the 3 different coffins facing like in a triad. I love that stage design, I do. I do feel like it's a little excessive and a lot of wasted space because they didn't utilize those 3 coffins all the time, you know what I mean? So I like the stage they have here with the spinning circles and the elevated up and down in the center, and I like the stage, I like the design, I like how it was set up for a lot of crowd interaction especially. And I know moving a stage like that around and touring with a stage like that around is gonna cost money. I know it is. Especially when you're traveling and touring internationally. There's a solution for that. Depending on how much international touring, like the US, okay? You travel in Europe, you travel in Japan, you travel in the US, right? Okay, here's what you do. You create a second stage, designed exactly like that one, and have it set here in the US. Traveling from Japan to the European countries, it's not that It's expensive, but it's not nearly expensive as shipping all that over to the US. So, depending on how much touring you do in the US. Now, if you do a ton of shows in the US, well then maybe it'll be cost effective just to make the one and just travel over there one time. You know, you go to the US, you travel all over the US for, I don't know, a month or two, and hit all the markets, hit all the major markets, do 2 or 3 no show nights, and do 2 or 3 nights in the major markets: New York, Chicago, LA, definitely New York, definitely Chicago. Miami's a pretty big market. Dallas is a pretty big market. Philly, it's a decent market. You know, you would probably want to do maybe 2 nights there. You know, but definitely 2 or 3 nights at the big markets. And everywhere else you hit, you do 1 night. Like San Francisco, do 1 night. You know, I don't think it's going to be a huge, maybe 2 nights. San Francisco is turning up, so. You know, maybe it would make more sense just to build it, you know, have just the one. If you're going to do a lot of touring in the US, then ship it over. If you're only going to do, you know, 8 or 9 shows in the US, maybe it would just be cheaper just to build the stage, a second stage over in the US. It might be more cost effective. I don't know. It depends on how much the stage is to build. If we're talking several millions of dollars, you know, then maybe it's just cheaper just to ship it, you know. I don't know. I miss that stage. I really do. I love seeing the video footage and the concert footage of them utilizing that stage because there's a lot you can do with it. It is so diverse, so versatile, and the fact that it's mothballed now just kind of depressing. I really hope they eventually bust it out of mothballs. Maybe when Babymetal stops for a while and they take 5 or 6 years off and they do a reunion tour, maybe they'll bust it out of mothballs, you know, and actually tour with that stage. That would be great. Man, if they did that, I would absolutely buy a ticket. I don't care how much the tickets are. I would love to see live firsthand them utilize that stage. Anyway, 8 point. I talked way too much during this reaction. I'm sorry about that, guys, but I feel passionate about some of the things that we talked about. So anyway, 8.8. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got 8.8, which is a great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.